Phenomenal day. Phenomenal day. It is presently Thursday, July, excuse me. I skipped the whole month. Thursday, June 11th, 2026. And today we are about to get right into our day 11 prayer. The focus is on gaining focus and clarity. Okay, we know we need that. We all need that. Okay, gaining focus and clarity. This is from our Boss Woman Pray Challenge. We are reading from the Boss Woman Pray Manual, the book, 31 Prayers to Increase Your Success and Spirit from Cashel Kelly. All right, so here we will go with day 11. Commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. Proverbs 16:3. Now, it's so fascinating because I literally just got off of a chatting with the chairman Zoom meeting, and he closed out with a conversation about locking in and just like, you know, fully focusing on the opportunity at hand to maximize your results and, not be distracted by all the other opportunities trying to juggle and this and that. And me, I was just listening. I'm listening. I listen to the good folks, and you know, I'm coachable for sure. But I'm just like, you talking to me? We're gonna see gaining focus and clarity. Let's see if day 11, this prayer, reiterates something that he said and makes me reconsider, all that I'm juggling. Dear God, I submit my focus to you. Help me to organize my thoughts into strategies and a solid plan to completion. Silence all the chatter that gets me off focus. Everything in life may not be smooth sailing, but I trust you to bring clarity to my mind regarding my business according to Matthew 6:34. I will not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. I come against every attack of any outside sources that's designed to deter, destroy, and distract. My clarity and focus, the very thing I believe I lack is what is used to rob my focus. I am keen to the device of the enemy and will not fall for that trick anymore. Instead, I will trust you to work everything out in my favor and grant me the desire of my heart in your perfect timing. This reliance on you will cease all worry and inner turmoil. That will cause me to lose focus. I surrender my plans to you. I pray for fresh clarity each day. Amen. Aside from the responsibility of running a company or operating in a leadership position, there is this little thing called, quote unquote, everyday life. That stands in the way of our focus and clarity. Ever notice that most things regarding business growth are somewhat an oxymoron? Like needing money to make money, or needing to be focused while everything is out of focus. The art of clarity is to play the hand you're dealt until you win big to play bigger. We can't afford to focus on what we don't have, but to work with what we do have at the moment. I remember early in my business, while I had lots of great ideas, they were grand and needed money in addition to the money I needed to pay my household and personal bills. It's pretty hard to focus when you're broke. Don't I know it? But the only remedy to this is to change your perspective and mindset and pray for creativity like never before. When you have so many ideas running around in your head, the first step is to pick the task that will create the most income that can realistically be created in the least amount of time and effort. So, going back to your SMART goals, apply them to that one idea and using your time management and organization to plan out the other ideas when the time and money is right. Unlike the American bred quarter horses, The England originated thoroughbred horses are much more agile, speedy, and possess a great spirit. I liken the leader and entrepreneur to a thoroughbred. They possess many of the same qualities, one being of extraordinary character. Thoroughbreds wear blinders to keep themselves focused on what is in front of them. The blinders keep the horses from becoming distracted or scared by what they would normally notice if they were not wearing blinders. It's the same with anyone desiring to live an extraordinary life. Outside influences and things surrounding you can distract and possibly cause you to walk in fear. Think of yourself as a special breed and lead your business with blinders on. We've all heard the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You must start with focused intentions and zone in on that until you complete it. If not, you will become a Jill of all trades, yet master at none. I create crazy deadlines for myself to keep my focus. The key is knowing yourself. I was that student growing up that would study for a final 1 to 2 days before and would pass with flying colors. I work best when I retain information in a short window of time. When I allow myself too much lag time, I begin to think of other possible projects. Initially, I fell into that trap of doing things at the last minute because I was an adrenaline junkie. However, this method was not exercising good time management skills. I plan my projects based on how I work best, which is somewhat under pressure. I now carefully plan out my years and projects, listing what I need to make it happen. And once I have the majority of the plans mapped out, I give myself a crazy deadline to meet that adrenaline junkie fix. I choose timelines that put me well ahead of my carefully planned out schedule. This method ensures that I am on task, focused, clear about my intentions, and able to cross off accomplishments. If you do not, if you don't know where you are, you can't know or prepare for the cost of where you are going. Cashel Kelly. You've got to get clear and focused to be successful. I see so many brilliant and talented individuals that lack clarity and focus. They become overwhelmed with the end results without ever getting off the starting block. These individuals get so caught up in the details to the point of feeling inferior and qualified. Part of being a business owner or leader is having the courage to fail or succeed. Get focused, clear, and just begin already. You can always make things better along the way. Just don't get stuck in perfection paralysis, which we will pray about in the next chapter. All right, so our 2-minute drill for gaining focus and clarity. If you have not yet done so, I encourage you to get your My Confident Journey journal. And if you're just starting here with me today, or you are, been with me from day one, you catch the replays and binge watch them when you get a time, however you do it. This beautiful journal here is a good way for you to document, your journey. Okay. So the universe is within you, bright and beautiful, Empress Black. Okay. I've been back in my writing bag since it showed up. And it's so crazy because on Patreon, I would just post my video content and, flyers and pictures and so forth. But I've been actually, fingers to the keyboard. Okay. I'm writing, I'm typing, and I'm excited. I forgot how much I actually enjoyed writing. So yeah, I released a new post yesterday. It is our second upload, our second video for the beauty in starting over. It is titled The Transparent Truth. Okay, honey, it was last night after I finished everything I had to do, and grandma's birthday, heavenly birthday. So I was channeling her energy. And anybody that know, if you know, you know, grandma was not a joke. She was not to be played with. And I was listening back to a little bit of it this morning. I was like, dang, I went in. But that was the transparent truth. Okay. So it is available on Patreon /Experience Black if you use the Master Key link in the description box or in the bio section of any of our social media platforms. Or you just can find it within the Empress Network at empressblack.com in the menu tab. The Master Key will take you to Patreon. There's a couple of different keys or links there to be able to navigate to that. But that post again is titled, it's presently headlining because it's the most recent one, but I don't know when you'll see this. And it is The Transparent Truth. You can purchase it, one-time payment for $22, or you can subscribe, become a member, and have access to that as well as all of our other videos and content. Okay. Philippians 3:12-14. Not that I have already obtained this, or am I already perfect, but I press on to make it my own, because Christ Jesus has made me his own. Brothers, I do not consider that I have made it my own. But one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind the straining forward to what lies ahead, I press on toward the goal for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus. Matthew 24:13. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. Nehemiah 6:3. And I sent messengers to them, saying, I am doing a great work, and I cannot come down. Why should the work stop while I leave it and come down to you? Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Proverbs 16:3. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Matthew 6:34. I will not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. And again, our prayer for day 12 for tomorrow is overcoming procrastination and perfection paralysis. Okay. Gaining focus and clarity. I'm being inspired to, pull out our deck today and get a Soul's Journey Lessons message, as well as close out with our Angels of Abundance guidance. But let's read our I Am declaration first. All right, I Am declaration. I am walking in purpose and living my dreams. I am a breathing example of faith. I am creative, innovative, and full of energy. I am organized in my time, thoughts, and efforts. I am courageous, clear, and productive each day. I am blessed with supportive and healthy relationships. I am continuously walking in favor and peace. I am financially, spiritually, mentally, physically, and healthy and wealthy. I am stress-free, happy, peaceful, grateful, and successful. Amen. Amen. All right. I feel like I didn't even think about this when I started, last week. But I feel like this is actually kind of preparing me, a little bit for school. I start school next week, and I haven't been to school in well over a decade as far as like an actual in-class setting. I'm always studying, reading, taking online classes, getting certifications and all that type of stuff. But to actually be sitting in a classroom getting instructions and having assignments and tests and quizzes and, you know, all that. It's been a while, honey. And I feel like this thought just came to me just now that I don't realize it necessarily right now, but how it's preparing me. We had fear and love. I cannot just shuffle that like I did not see that. Is that not a message right there? Okay, love, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, and fear, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. All right, let's get a soul's journey lesson or two or three, however they come out. We have empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. That's where I started out talking about, the chatting with the chairman conversation as far as, I'm coachable. I hear you, but I love everything I do. I don't want to just drop this just to, do that. But, I hear what you're saying, though. I hear what you're saying. That's the thing about knowing yourself, having self-awareness, and, being at a certain place in your journey where where God is using you. So you're able to take, instruction, guidance, and, opinions in some cases, coaching from people, but you gotta know your purpose. And once you know your purpose, a smart one, a wise one is going to, stay in alignment with that. But yes, I am excited about the opportunities that are presenting themselves, and, the earning capabilities and so forth. I have been working hard for a long time. We got growth here. Working hard for a long time, doing what I do. And I haven't always been, the most profitable. I've had excellent, phenomenal, financially rewarding seasons, but I've also had some that were very difficult, very challenging, very burdensome, etc. But I never quit and I never gave up because I absolutely love what I do. Okay. And I know wholeheartedly, what God put me here to do. So we have growth here. Let's see if we get one more. Look at that. Come through. Come through, honey. Growth and abundance. You've seen how it flipped. I can't make it up. And we have peace on the bottom of the deck. I love this. I love it. These are our messages for today. Let's rock with it. Let's rock and roll with it. With envy on the bottom of the deck. We most definitely, in that conversation last night, talked about jealousy, envy, that type of stuff. And, that type of stuff. But today is a new day. And I put it on the table, knocked it off the table on the floor, kicked it, down the hallway, out the door, and, woke up feeling good, well rested. And we're here. Our affirmation for growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. You are constantly being presented with situations that enable you to develop your inner wisdom and assist you in advancing to higher levels of understanding. The lesson is to be aware of these events and recognize them for what they are. To live a mindful life is not only about respecting and honoring those around you, it is also about recognizing every person and circumstance on your path as a teacher. The constant chatter and diversions of life on earth can distract you from the signposts that spirit has left on your path. Does that not repeat what we just read from the Boss Woman Pray prayer of the day? Take the time to be aware of the bountiful wisdom that has been laid before you. Acknowledge these gifts and take them to heart as you continue your sojourn in this physical dimension. Don't look for the opportunities that you think you need. Instead, be receptive to the opportunities that are given. All right. All right. All right. All right. Abundance. Look at how we got abundance highlighted in this book, honey. And I've read this one 100 million times because it's always showing up in my energy. And I love that about life and this life. Our affirmation for abundance is I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Always remember that you are God and God is all about creation. God says yes, the ego says no. In order to have abundance in all areas of your life, you must create the space of receiving and know that you are deserving of anything your heart desires. The more you can release limited thinking and worry, the more open you are to receiving the infinite flow of the universe. Allow yourself to have fun when manifesting what you want in life and enjoy the process by embracing a positive mindset. You are opening the door to unexpected abundance. It is natural to have abundance in your life, and you must realize that any thoughts of limitedness may have come from either a past life or a condition you have chosen to overcome. They could also originate from programming that you received from the environment you grew up in and the value systems you were taught when you were young. Now is the time to begin to live with the realization that you are worthy of having abundance in every aspect of your life. When you are in the vibration of receiving, you can manifest whatever you desire in this physical reality. Let me put the master key up here real quick. Where's that? There we go. Okay. Reloaded. All right. Peace. Peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. This is a gentle reminder that balance in the mind is imperative in order for your soul to live its true nature. At this time in your life, you are to learn the value of peace and quiet and the joy of being still. One can never be truly connected to the source when the mind is engaged with unneeded chatter. That word chatter keeps coming up in every, lesson today, in everything that we're reading today. Look around your life and be conscious of what elements are taking you away from the peaceful nature of your soul. Who or what is interrupting this solitude? It is time to reconcile past hurts and perceived injustices. Your peace may also be fostered by changing your outside view. Create harmony around you physically with order and calm. Trust the voice of your higher self to create an environment in which you can truly be in tune with your soul. All right, so those are our soul's journey lessons for today. It is present energy. I haven't done any all week. But to sum that up before we close out with our angels of abundance. Last night when I did that, what do I consider that? Recording, broadcast, update, contribution to the series. When I did that last night, I chose words that came up for me to write about and include. Those words were gossip, slander, hackers or hacker, gang stalking, exploitation, death magic, and womb magic. So those were all of the terms that I researched in that video and shared, what I've been managing real life behind the scenes, and it ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm not I haven't lost my mind. I'm sober, I'm focused, I'm present, My prayer life is still healthy and good. So ain't nobody gonna try and have me try to convince me that I'm delusional, I'm doing too much, and all that. Like people would like to check out that video. Okay, just check out that video. I know better, and you can't just like play with me and mishandle me. Like, I'm sorry for the people who I even allowed, or the amount of time that I allowed them to think that they could. My bad. I'll take responsibility for that. All right. That is so crazy. These are literally the 3 cards that came out the other day when I shared the reading, the one that I made public, and I made public because of this message. Clean energy food, attracting, not chasing, and pay yourself first. You're seeing me shuffling, and why did they fall out like this together? Now, because we got this message, that was day 9. So if you want to get this message again, go and check those out. But we're gonna shuffle some more. Somebody needs that message. All the replays can be found on Patreon as well as on on the Empress Network at empressblack.com or marissablack.com. Under book and shop, if you scroll all the way down, there is a Empress Archives collection. Okay, you can find all those videos there. I also included our weekly energy forecast there, and instead of doing a reading, kind of gave some updates regarding, my schedule coming up, my business, some of the things that I'm working on, that I'm excited about, and yeah, this message just keeps coming out. This beautiful melanin angel. If I was, had a short haircut, I probably look like this. That's why I keep coming out. Pay yourself first, okay? Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. With this growth and abundance here, the message is you are in alignment. Okay, you have been doing the necessary work to maintain your peace of mind. Just being present is paying off, is the message that I'm getting here. So with that, as you receive this flow of abundance, I'm hearing monetarily, I'm hearing in love, I'm hearing just access to resources, that could be credit. I heard land, property. So somebody may be interested, or, somebody that deals with, real estate, land investment, or buying land. I'm hearing international investments, like global business. Who energy I'm tapped into today? That's fascinating. I have to send this to my friend because I literally, we had some greeting exchanges this morning, and I'm like, what's new? What's new? Okay, we have release resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world, and this shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. Okay, so there's been a mindset shift within this growth, this evolution, this gaining peace. Somebody has been listening to the right mentors, teachers, coaches, um, advisors. Somebody has aligned themselves with the right type of energy group, you know, the right environment, the right settings, get in the right rooms is what I'm hearing. And subsequently, they're feeling more at peace, more harmonious, more balanced. Um, I'm hearing like total life changes, um, meaning, somebody has been growing and evolving mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially, okay, in totality. Keep up the phenomenal work. You pray, but you also take action, is what I'm hearing. Okay. We have face your financial fears. And I saw this cooperation instead of competition on the bottom of the deck before I started back shuffling, and I didn't take it, but it came up again. So it's fascinating. And that's along with release resentments about money. So I'm definitely getting a message here intuitively where this is falling on abundance specifically, that there are opportunities for people to get in the right rooms, rooms that they normally wouldn't be invited into or feel like they belong in. There's a shift transpiring. There's some sort of opportunities available or becoming available, or someone's becoming aware. There's awareness being gained, that this is an option for them presently. So whether they're meetings, trainings, workshops, I do a lot of Zoom meetings. It could be stuff that you're doing online with like Zoom, Google Meets, but there is leadership development. If you're dealing with things around, like, this is money related, it specifically says release resentments about money and abundance and face your financial fears. So these are straight talk money messages. And for those that know, I, early this year acquired earned my life license. Okay. With that, I'm looking to, do some phenomenal things with financial literacy, not only gaining it for myself, but, supporting others. And I looked at the time and it was 33:30. That is 333. Something divine is transpiring. Okay. But, for myself, for my communities, which are underserved communities, when you learn better, the chances of you doing better increases. Everybody doesn't apply what they learn, but those that are serious about life and they don't sleep on or take for granted the opportunities that fall into their laps, that make things happen. So with that being said, this message is here for you to, do things a little bit different, or you have been doing things a little different, and keep up the good work. Okay. Cooperation instead of competition. What's yours is yours and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. And with Face Your Financial Fears, when you are honest with yourself about your fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released self-doubts. That's where that peace of mind comes from, because this is definitely the clarified peace, okay? So journaling, listening to the right stuff. We got, let's pull it up real quick. Let's pull it up real quick. Alrighty, for starters, we are on the homepage at the Empress Network at empressblack.com. These are our archives and updates at the bottom of the page. These are our prayers and our this week energy forecast for June 8th, okay? So you just hit the little arrow to scroll and you'll be able to see all of the others and all of the other content that we've shared, okay? The archives. Scroll back up to the top. You know, these some products we got, a couple services, our video portfolio of the services that I offer behind the chair. You know, anybody want to see my work, you can see it here. Okay. But we're going to go over to home, drop down to Empress Tools, click here. This page is designed to support those who are, you know, desiring, seeking, looking for, you know, personal development, spiritual development, all of that, okay? We got the financial literacy and wealth building, what I'm doing in that regard, what I'm working on, what I just shared briefly. Me as a spiritual advisor, Reiki healer, intuitive, and oracle reader. Okay. I offer personal readings. You can click on that to get more information. Come down here to my favorite part of the website, probably, the book club. Okay. This playlist, this collection, this library is full of what is needed to make sure that your mind, your heart, your spirit, you know, is all where it needs to be for you to maintain success. All your favorite spiritual development, personal development, you know, books, audio books. It's all here at your fingertips. Okay. A little bit more stuff is there, but you know, check out what makes sense for you. All right, so look at that. On the bottom of the deck, we got that pretty pink with partnership. I think I want to read that from the book. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. Come on then. Come through with the partnership. I ain't even gonna front. Listen, I love what I do, but it would be nice to have a God sent. We start there. A God sent, you know, partner to do this thing with, okay? I'm committed. I'm locked in. I've been committed and locked in. I don't play. I don't waste my time, allow other people to waste my time, and I ain't about to waste nobody else's time. So, in closing, our Angels of Abundance guidance for partnership. This card speaks to the influence of other people in your life, such as romantic or marital partner or a work associate. Trust the first thought or feeling that you have about the word partnership, as your higher self already knows the truth about these influencing energies. If you feel that certain people are adversely affecting you, this card signals the need to take a relationship inventory. Detox them friendships, honey. I'm telling you, that is so powerful. Or, relationship inventory to bring positive energy to the relationships or decrease your involvement with them. Studies are showing that a person's income is proportionate to that of the people he or she spends time with. If you hang out with those who complain, this will bring you down. If you spend time with those who are working to improve their lives and this world, you'll feel inspired. This card also signals a business partnership, and again, trust your first thought or feeling for inner guidance. Many successful businesses are formed from partnerships, so you may be guided to network with others or to join a networking group to meet potential partners. God is guiding you to the right people to support the fruition of your divine life purpose. And the next page was what's that? Where we started. Pay yourself first. I can't make this stuff up if I tried. So with that being said, 41:11 on the clock. Let's go ahead. We can close this out. Take a divinely guided chance. Take that chance, honey. If you was looking for, some confirmation, there it go. That's your spiritual guidance for today. All positive changes and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind what is that which is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. So meet back, God willing, inshallah, tomorrow. And if you miss it, check out the replay. Check back daily, just catch the replays. That's what they're there for. All right. Till next time. Peace and love.